back to the crew. Hello guys, welcome back to the crew. Waldron. Driving all cars, part number 56. The Lamborghini Gallardo LP570-4. 570 horsepower, 4-wheel drive. That's what the numbers say. It has a performance and a circuit spec. Pretty good response here in the full stock. The problem with this car in general is well, sometimes it's a bit tricky to handle. Two different things. In performance spec it kinda tends to oversteer a little bit. It is also kinda ruined with the tunnel patch inside the dashboard. Should be more visible than this. Tends to oversteer in performance, and it tends to understeer a bit in circuit spec. That comes with a body kit, and yeah, body kits are usually a bit of damaging for the handling in general. But other than that, you are looking at competition for the Ferrari 458. Everybody thinks the 458 is OP. Well, it kinda is in circuit spec, but not if Topspeed comes into play. Then cars like this one, for instance, in circuit spec has a higher top speed than the Ferrari. So on high speed tracks this is an option to use, just like the Saline is. Handling wise, then we're probably gonna end up 4GT or something for competition for the Ferrari. In performance spec it's a different story though. Performance, well, also in performance, the 458 is not OP. Seeing the Pagani and LaFerrari and stuff like that are faster and a bit better. It's good in performance, the 458, and well, this one is sort of comparable, I guess, although a bit less. I'm looking for the numbers here. 23.4 seconds on the acceleration test we did with the Ferrari. So 23.4. Let's see, which is about above average. It's amongst the better ones, but the tops in performance, they are doing 22 seconds. I'm not sure what the Huayra is going to do, but wouldn't surprise me if that one comes up with a 21. But we'll see once we get there. I'm back on alphabetic order, so let's see. 23.5. It's 1/10 slower. But if you compare it to LaFerrari, it's 22.5. That's a second slower. If you compare it to the 458, then we are only 1/10 slower. So it's a bit slower than the 458. 23 seconds is sort of above average. We have a bunch of cars doing 23 seconds, so it is a wide balanced field in performance, more or less. Give or take 2 or 3, which kinda stand out. Let's take a look at circuit spec. Like I said, that sort of comes with a body kit and a big wing as well. Wheel spin, first gear, second gear, third gear. That can't be a good thing for the acceleration, I guess, but we'll see. Ferrari 458 did a 21.9 here. .4. That is not a bad time. If you consider that I don't think there is anything except for the 458. There's not anything going under that. Except for some bikes, of course, but the bikes are faster in acceleration in general, so yeah, pretty fast as well. It just it loses half a second to the 458, and that's one of the reasons why some consider the 458 to be OP. if you win half a second on a 1 mile straight, yeah. And also handling wise the 458 is a bit better. Top speed wise not though, because this one with some draft can do 455 kilometers an hour, while the Ferrari does 440 something. So in circuit spec it is competition for sure for the 458, although not on all tracks. Quick response on the performance one. But that one has a bit of a problem that the acceleration is not that really not that good. If you compare it to the competition, we have a bunch of 23-second cars on the mile, but handling wise it's well, it's a bit tricky. It has tricky handling. It tends to oversteer, but it's also which is also the case with the Ferrari 458 for instance, and just like with the 458, also this one is pretty easy to correct. But you can show it through it in the corners, not a problem. Yeah. That's a little jump there on that corner. That's not really the car, that's more like the track. Went out of that corner with some of the cars already, so if you're following this series you will see that this was not the only one. But other than that it goes smoothly around, it just lacks a bit of acceleration. This corner pretty smooth through it, not really a problem. Yeah, managed to hit the gate again. Top speed wise. Performance spec, so we should go towards 400 kilometers an hour, which we will easily get with this one if I wouldn't hit that car there. Meanwhile the skill test is still running, so bit of oversteer again, but easy to correct. I'm not gonna say that this one is top 5 in performance, but it probably will be top 10 somewhere, or at least pretty close to it. Which makes it kind of a decent car, if you consider there are 70 plus performance specs in the game, with more cars to come. So yeah, top 10, top 15 for sure. Just lacks a bit of acceleration in performance spec. And yeah, the handling can be a bit tricky though. But well, if you've driven it quite a while, you sort of get used to it. Tends to oversteer a bit, but like I said, that's also the case with the 458. Circuit spec on the other hand, well, it's kind of the opposite. Doesn't oversteer that much, but with that body kit, it kind of makes it a stiff body chassis, and that usually results in understeer, and that's also the case with this one. It suffers a bit from understeer and also the wheel spin, which was not really there in performance spec. It is there coming out of corners in the circuit spec. Acceleration is good, it's the fastest one we've tested, next half a second behind the 458, but it's faster than anything else we've tested so far. Also this one you can throw to in the corners, but yeah. And that's another one of those things with the body kit. I am steering away from the wall there, but nope, it sticks to the wall. And here you, coming out of the corner, you sort of get the wheel spin going, and that's what makes it understeer. Little corrections here and there I have to make, but other than that it keeps going, and top speed wise, like I said, one of the best in circuit. 422 we can do here. I think that's sort of the same we did with the Ferrari, and in slipstream the Ferrari wins like 20-25 kilometers an hour, but this one wins 30-35 kilometers an hour. Okay, another result of the body kit here. Okay, that's like double misty flip or something. Nope. Acceleration more than okay. Unfortunately it's out accelerated by the 458. Handling is a bit tricky, but it has the top speed. It's on certain tracks, definitely if speed comes into play, it is competition for the Ferrari 458. Best use, yeah, gotta go for the circuit spec, because the performance spec has a bit low acceleration. Somewhere in the middle of the above average though, but there are a lot of 23-second cars. Circuit spec is the best, and it is competition for the 458, especially on some tracks. I will see you guys in the next one, and bye for now.